Welcome to the daily and weekly charts, bullish and bearish breaks, brought to you by Swing Trader Setups and Day Trader Setups, STS Pivot System Charting Package. Nice little gap up this morning after that outside day we had on Friday. Not a lot of range in the market today overall, especially with the stocks after the gap, but there were some good movers. You start looking for stocks that are moving on their own now rather than following the market so much. We seem to be in a pretty steady sideways grind, picking up the different days turmoil events that are driving these craziness, but we are testing the 50 again. We seem to be holding our own pretty well. Here's your SPY. Actually got pennies of the 50 day today, and a little doji candle. Got this trend line we drew up here from Friday. We're closing above that, and the SP 500 did the same thing. It was within 10 or 15 cents. The high was 26.8649, 87.15 is the line, so really close to the 50 day test there late afternoon. Spent most of the day just kind of ranging. AD lines show a pretty good picture of what was going on. Of course, this was our gap up this morning and that slight pullback on our bigger time frame, and then we turned back up about 9:45, which was right in here. This was the initial pullback, and then we got things headed back up there a little after 9:45 right here on this chart. That's the AD lines, advanced decline lines. The market overall was really just a chop fest, but slowly grinding higher. Caught this one good little pop right here where we picked up a little momentum, but there were plenty of stocks moving on their own today. You just had to hunt and peck and find something to trade. My best trade today was PANW, and then Aetna. On this late day break, you had Aetna and UNH. I did not get the UNH. It went off on our alert. Right here, it was already in an uptrend, and when they did that break there around lunchtime, UNH had already broke. Big run there. Aetna was right here, came in on one of my force alerts where we actually were in an uptrend on both charts, and we picked up momentum here, and this alert picked this up at actually a 108, and I took the trade at 109, and it ended up being my best overall single trade for the day, and then actually shorted it back down for about 60 cents off the top as well. The futures are not a whole lot of help here. We're just in a chop fest sideways, gain a little ground, just chop, chop, chop. This was the day in the futures, kind of looked like the SPY. This was a little bit bigger trend. Just today's action was right in here. We're grinding up. We can get through this 50 day. I'm not looking for any kind of market rallies. I think you're just going to have to find the stocks that you want to trade, and that's where our STS Pivot System Charting Package can come in, help you key in on some good trading stock setups. You're going to have to pick the stocks. The market's not going to be your leader, I don't think. This was a PANW, smaller time frame chart. Had been in a pretty good run for a few days, and of course Friday it had pulled back some. And this alert right here is where I picked this up today. When it came in, looks like just before 12 o'clock, it came in on one of my momentum. I have a force indicator, and it picked up the force. A lot of stocks were grinding up already, so I tried to pick out the ones that's got the most momentum building, and was able to pick this up right in here for a really nice run. Stayed in this for quite some time, and that's what I mean by you're going to have to find certain stocks that just stand out from the crowd somehow. And we used alerts, is what I used to find this particular trade today. Our charting system allows you not only to set alerts off on the similar to the charts that I'm showing you there. You can use the force alerts. You can use going from red to green. You can look for the pullbacks. All the prices are on the chart, shifting from red to green, and the retracement alerts are right on the charts to the penny when they're going to trigger ahead of time. And then you can also set it up to scan for these weekly bull and bear breaks. A lot of guys have been following this that I do for about a year, and so we put that in the system too. You can do the weekly bull zone and bear breaks. You can do the daily bull and bear breaks on your own list of stocks, and you can use any list of stocks on our Ninja trading system. Let's take a look at these bear breaks for the week. We've got, this is the first day of the week, of course. ACIA, that was a big sell-off today on some news, some kind of China thing where they're losing some business, I'm assuming. C-Trip was already downtrending, just got deeper and deeper. It may actually have run into a possible support area here. It really needs to hold here, and it did try to close real near that level. That level is $42.65. You can see it closed within a penny of that number. And WSM went out and closed in a, that was the daily. This is the weekly bear. I need to go back to C-Trip. C-Trip's in the weekly bear zone. That was a daily support level, this last low right here. Your daily bear breaks was just this handful of stocks here. Your weekly bulls, you got 3 showing up on the weekly chart going into the bull zone up at the weekly on the up here. And then our daily bulls had about like 23 stocks on this list. Some were upgrades like Costco. A lot of this was gapped up today as far as the net change during the day, and this was our profit from where we call them in our bull zone level. We'll look at the recaps, and you can see some of those stocks that were already on this list as they progressed through the last up to 4 days ago. That'll be coming up next. It's our new shorter format video. You don't even need to watch the last 15 minutes. Those are tutorials on the recap sheets and the charts. If you need the tutorial on the charts or about what the graphs mean in the recap with the yellow and red and green lines on the watch list, go over to 9 minutes before the end of this video, and there's a complete tutorial about the recap grids and about the charts. That's the last part of the video. That's where you'll find the subscribe window, and right after that is where the tutorials are. It's the last 9 minutes of the video. If you're already familiar with that, you don't need to watch when you get to that point. And that's where this subscribe screen will appear right before the tutorial. Be sure to watch our new video series, Swing Trading Watch List, Calls in Action, with charts right off our STS Pivot System charting package. Many charts as they progress through the factors, and you'll be able to pick up on some trades many days ahead of what the bull and bear zone breaks show on the swing trade list. You'll see charts like this that triggered a short back on the 19th and gave this retracement alert that we traded today on the 21st with the price to re-enter the trade right on the chart, red zone retracement. You'll find out more about that right after the recap grids. We got a section there we're going to tell you about that. We'll look at the bears first. Not a lot to see here. You do have a few stocks that went into the bear zone last week and are still in the bear zone, even though they may have had a green day today. AAP actually had a decent little run this morning. It's still way down on this daily chart. It's still in the bear zone, and it still had a red day. ELLI did have a green day, still in the bear zone. And then we have this QSR, not a bad day, but still down in the bear zone and has fading this old support line. Pretty much other than that, pretty much done. American Tower still had a red day. fifth day it's been on the run here, sideways. A lot of inside days off this price action. I'm not sure what this stock's going to do. I've been trying to watch it, and then this is its counterpart, CCI. Same looking chart, although it had a slight green day. Both these stocks will supply a good day trade here shortly, and probably a swing trade of some kind. Whether it's going to be up or down, I'm not sure. We'll get over to the bulls. This video is being brought to you by STS Pivot System Charting Package for day traders, swing traders, and option traders. Easy to follow charts and scanners, trigger prices right on the charts, on the setups. We teach 2 trades long and 2 trades short. That's all. It's that simple. Just like you see on this chart, the trigger price for this trade was in the corner over here from this point on, with this price posted. Not to take it up here, and it did not trigger, but it wasn't posted as a trigger anyway. Came back. This is a classic, beautiful setup. Breaks right here. 167.26 was our trigger price. And we developed these same lines where you can overlay them on your shorter term charts. This is a 2-minute. By not taking that trade early when it went up here to 167.11, you avoided this 30-something minute pause here. It's not quite 30, about 15 minutes. This was a 60-something cent pullback by waiting on our trigger price to get in the trade here. And we were predicting that trigger price. This didn't go green until this happened. You have that up arrow where we're showing the price to go long at, and as soon as it triggers, it immediately gives a go short, because it's so close to flipping back over. So that's exactly where it occurred, was right here. And that is how simple that package is to use. Trigger prices right on your charts. Got a 7-day free trial offer, 10-day money back guarantee. Once you get this set up, it's $69 a month. And we're extending as a courtesy, if you take this package, full access to the website, including the trade room if you want to come in and out of there as well. It's not part of the charting package, but it's an offer we're letting you come in if you want to. And I mentioned this in a video about a week ago that we were going to do this. Any previous member to Day Trader Setups from day one ever paid $1 to us, this $69 fee is waived. You can come in and try the 7-day trial. No outlay of cash whatsoever. If you decide you want to go with this package, then you can sign up. We got several stocks have been on here for several days now. Again, this was today's bull breaks. These were the 5 from Friday. Continuing up slightly on some, a little more on others. All still in the bull zone. All still maintaining momentum. And all but one has trend stability. And that's where the low stays pretty strong on one of our indicators. And there's a tutorial at the end that can explain this to you. This is almost every stock 2 days ago still carrying forward. They weren't all red today. CI, another big day today on CI. It's been setting up here. So this is the 3rd day this has been on the list. It started setting up down here, had that little easy day on Friday, little doji day, and then a nice breakout day today on CI. CI is a great example where you can take a stock that you've already got on a long list and use our pivot system charting to time your entry. This morning it was chopping around early like everything did. You had the little sell-off in the market, if you remember, that turned up around 9:45. Well, this is 9:42 on this pullback. So the break after 9:45, again, I come in with my force alert right here. 10:01 is when that triggered, right about here. And the same exact time on our next factor up 50, you also got 10:01. It triggered as well into the having the force factor on its side. I like to run them both together. I got an alert that ties both of these factors together, and I look for those trades. And that's exactly what happened. Those alerts are built right in the charting system as well. The rest of your stocks are here on the list. Costco, you know, got upgraded this morning. It's been on the bullseye break for 3 days. It came in way back here, had an inside day on Friday and gapped up this morning. So these are your 3-day stocks. It's been here for 3 days. See how they're progressing. You can go to your charts. Red Hat, 3rd day on the list. Even though it had a red day, it's still in the bull zone. It's still maintaining new bull zone levels that are calculated as it goes up. 4th day back, we've only got a couple still hanging in. And our 5-day back, we've got even more that are been running for 5 days now. We first had this stock 1, 2, 3, way back here. So it continues on up on this ANDV. Now $7.82 since we alerted this at 107.30. There's your Chevron, 5th day on the list. Many others, and I'm going to slide it down where you can get a good look at the rest of them here that still are continuing up, maintaining momentum. Thanks for watching our video. We'll see you tomorrow. Be sure to subscribe to our channel while you're here, and follow us on Twitter, and follow us on StockTwitch, and go over to daytradersetups.com, click on Ninja 8 charting, and you can learn more about our STS pivot system charting package. Thanks for watching. This is a tutorial on our recap sheet. What you will see here is this column here is the weekly list. It's at the beginning on the weekly bear and bull breaks, the daily bull breaks and bears, depending on which one we're looking at. And then you will have 5 days following. First day, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. So what's here today will be here tomorrow. We'll shift over to here, then to here, then to here. So you got 5 days you can go back and look. The price here, you got the bull zone trigger price, 36.80. This is the price of the profit since this alert. This is the net change on the stock for today. So tomorrow when this shifts over here, this number will be the same. Where we triggered it at, that number will stay in here for 4 days. The profit will be shown based on the current price of the stock in the day compared to this price on the alert. Like for instance on this stock, $3.48 profit from this break based on this close price, up 92 cents today. This number is the profit at the high since we alerted it. It's the most profitable it's been. It got up to $4.27 profit. Pull back, closed at $3.48. As you go on over, like this stock here, SMTC, this was the break. This is the profit so far since the first day, $5.61 4 days later, and at the peak it was $6.31 profit. That's what these columns mean. The next part you'll find is this yellow line. It represents what I'm going to show you over here in just a moment, momentum. It can be on a bull or a bear chart. And then trend stability, if it's green, it represents on the bulls, and the bears will show a red line for trend stability. The last part you'll want to know about, there's these check marks. They represent the bull zone as it progresses higher. Could be the same as yesterday. Down here, this could be the bull zone that's gotten higher and higher and higher as this stock went along, and it means it's still maintaining the bull zone levels. Even the new ones, it's staying above them. This is what the bear grid looks like. Looks the very same. Got the weekly, 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, 5 day. So you got a chance to see the stability of the trade. You know if it was up or down today after winning a bear zone the day before, the stability, the momentum, and the bear zone level with the check mark. In the video, we will take this page and we will slide these up and down so you have a chance to pause the video and see every single stock that's in the list. Then we'll move it up where you can see these items, and you can pause the video and then you can see every single symbol in the list. You can go to your charts and look up what's going on. So that's what's in each one of these grids: the current day, day before, day before, day before, day before. So going back 4 days, you got your weekly there. And all this is right here is something I prepare for myself. I take this day, and this day, combine them into this watch list every day, and that's what I carry forward over to my scanners. And just a quick part about what we mean by these levels changing. This is the bull zone level that the check mark represents the stock staying above. But the bull zone level when this stock broke out was way down here. This was the first breakout, and then as it recalculated our bull zone, that's what the green check mark means, is it's maintaining momentum. The yellow line represents this line that is our minimum momentum indicator used on down or up trades, and then our bull zone levels where it first broke out. And that's all these mean. Trend stability, this is a line we use here, and we come in and we call it trend stability, and that's what this represents here. This line is solid green rather than dotted. It's something we look at on the lows of the day, not being low enough for us not to qualify it for trend stability. So that's all these columns mean. So you'll be able to refer to the strength of the stock, that is maintaining high enough lows to stay trend stable, what the profit is if you're staying above the bull zone. That's how you'll use this, and that's your tutorial on the grids. This is a mini tutorial on what the lines mean on my charts if you're a first-time viewer or been a while since you viewed. We're scanning on weekly and daily charts for my condition. When this green line is up, it's my bull zone, and when the red line is up, it's my bear zone. You need to be aware of support and resistance lines and what charts do at levels, and that's what these levels are for. Just quickly as I can do this, and we're going to put a video on YouTube getting more from your swing trading charts that'll be more detailed and look at more stocks, how they react to these lines. But the gist of what you see here is this is what I'm scanning for, and as you can see here, this showed up in the bear zone. It did go down for a few days, but these green lines are support, and that's why it fought for a few days, tried to bounce back up, headed back down again, came right back into the bull zone, bear zone, excuse me, and continued on down. Now the lines, here's what they represent. A green line is a place that a stock went up to and rejected. So as this green line redrew itself every time we made highs right here, and then it stayed across here for reference points, continues the same line here for reference points. Resistance, when you get above it, becomes support. This green line was drawn way back in the history, and when this stock broke above this resistance level, when it came back down, it held it, it held it, it held it, it tested it and held it again and again. That was support. That's why I want you to be aware of what these lines mean, and you'll see them on my charts. And then the activity that stocks do, sometimes they go, that's my first target, that's my second target. Many times stocks go target 1, pull back a little, target 2, then they may pull all the way back to 1 and go again if they're continuing an uptrend. In this case, it did the pull back. This blue line is a 50-period moving average. This orange line is a 200. So that's what I want you to be aware of as well. And then I have a pivot system that consists of this blue line at the top, yellow line at the bottom, and my target 1 and target 2. You'll see this particular day this stock gapped down, huge gap down, open way down here. The low on this stock was 169.68. I'm getting that right out of this box over here, and the value of that yellow line was 169.67. Within 1 cent it held that line and bounced that day for a huge bounce. It's not a support level, but it's where I look for stocks to try to hold. It's where I look, if I'm short, say from here, this is where I'm looking to get out. I'm looking to move 2 levels, target 1, target 2, going up, target 1, target 2. The pink lines all represent places the stock has gone down to and bounced. This pink line is referencing this last pivot low. So as you're selling down into it, it may bounce again. If you get below it, then it becomes resistance. And that's all these lines mean. I just want you to know what they mean going forward. Thanks for watching the video. Let's get started.